You're listening to the audio production of Song of the Brokenhearted by Sheila Walsh and Cindy Martinusen Coloma, published by Thomas Nelson and read by Ann Harrison.
Chapter 1. You need to wake up, Ava told herself as she gripped the steering wheel between quick gulps of the coffee she'd grabbed at an all-night gas station. She turned onto Walnut Street, and the directions to the Gibson residence became unnecessary. Her destination was obvious by the cars parked at awkward angles around the two-story stucco house. Tonight was not the night for casseroles, sympathy cards, or flowers. That would come tomorrow, and in the days that followed. This was the time to arrive empty-handed and with as few words as possible. She rose from her car into a warm autumn night, pausing to watch gray puffs of clouds drift across the nearly full moon. The moment gave her the strength to go toward the front door and to become the helpful stranger in a house of deep grief. A bouquet of silver balloons hung unmoving from the lamp-post at the end of the walkway. Jars lit by candles lined the path to the house. Most had already burned themselves out. A large banner hung over the front door. "Congratulations, Joshua and Jessica." Ava wondered if she should suggest taking down the reminder that hours earlier this had been a house of celebration and joy. Perhaps she could do it herself a little later. An older man answered her knock wearing rumpled clothing and a deep frown drawn in the corners of his mouth. "Are you a friend of the family?" he said, studying her in her designer jeans and beige sweater. "No, I'm Ava. Hannah called and asked me to come." His frown softened slightly. "Come in. We had the media stop by already. Sharks. I don't know how they heard so fast. Most of the family's in the formal living room. I'm their neighbor across the street there. I've known Jessica since she was 9. His voice trailed off. "I'm sorry. It's very painful." "It is," he muttered. Ava followed the man beyond the foyer and sweeping staircase and toward a silent gathering of people who stood at different places around the room. A half-eaten cake rested on the table. "Hannah? This lady said you called her." The woman from her Bible study stared at Ava a moment, then recognition dawned on her face. She rose quickly from the chair. "Ava, thank you for coming." "Of course," she said. As they embraced, Ava felt the woman lean heavily against her.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?